This is Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, we are talking Olympics, of course. You can tune in to watch the Olympics live and free on Channel 9, 9Gem and 9 Now from today, July 26. And we're all going to be doing that. Cate Campbell is a superstar swimmer from Australia. She was looking to get to her 5th Olympics. Didn't quite work out, but she is there for 9. And we got to catch up with her earlier this morning.
Good morning.
Hey, Kate. Hey, Kate, why don't you tell everyone about the issue you've got with your phone at the moment? It's a slight dangerous issue for a young girl on the streets of Paris,
Right.
Kate.
It is. I can receive calls, but for some reason, I cannot make them.
Have you run out of credit, Kate?
Oh, yeah. We can all chip in if you like.
You've got to go to the servo and get a $20 recharge.
Yeah, I've been writing in like full sentences and using you like Y-O-U instead of you. Like that must be it.
Come on, Kate.
Could be it. Hey,
Children through a data.
it's not a great start then for you, Kate. But I will say, I want to know, you're over there, the atmosphere is building. It's all happening right. You barely missed out on going to your 55th Olympics. How are you feeling at the moment?
Yeah, it's kind of surreal being here in Paris. I'm here in a very different capacity. You know, I'm not staying in the Olympic Village and I'm not competing for Australia. But in some ways, I'm getting to experience what it's like being in a city that is hosting an Olympic Games. And you can feel the excitement. It's kind of palpable. There are people out on the streets. There's Olympic signs everywhere. They're preparing for the opening ceremony that's going to be held down the River Seine. So all my other Olympic Games, you either stay in the village or you're at your competition venue, and you don't actually get to see how a city embraces something as big as an Olympic Game. So I'm really, part of me is very sad that I am not competing, but another part of me is really reveling in this opportunity to, make the most of seeing what an Olympic city can be like, especially because my home city, Brisbane, is going to be hosting the Olympic Games in 2032.
I know, amazing.
I want to know about the Athletes Village. I want to know if you're missing it, because I read an article yesterday that Novak Djokovic and Carlos Alcaraz are having very different Olympic experiences. He's staying at some fancy Airbnb or something, but Carlos, there's a photo that's gone viral of him with one of the all-female teams, and he's just there smiling, and everyone's going, "You know why you're staying there?" Are you going to miss the feeling of the village?
Oh, you definitely do. I actually went in today and had a little look around and saw some of the Australian team members. And the feeling when you're in the village as part of the Australian Olympic team is unlike anything else. And the Olympic Village is one of the most unique places in the world, because you could literally be anywhere because the whole world has come and congregated in one place. And the diversity in terms of athletes and shapes and sizes, and everyone's in their peak condition, but it all looks so different. And then, you're right, you can spot superstars like Nadal and Alcaraz are in the village. LeBron James is carrying the flag for the USA, and Coco Gauff alongside him. So, you have some bona fide superstars there. And I think that it speaks to the strength and the power of the pull of the Olympics and the Olympic experience, that superstars like that want to spend time in the village. And so, I definitely miss being in there. I got a little taste of it today. And, the Australian headquarters has done so well. The Australian team has really put so much thought and effort into it. We brought our own baristas. And that was the first thing I did. Like, I walked straight in and I was like, God bless the French. They're good with their pastry and their cheese. Not so good on the coffee. And I was like, give this to me, please. I need it.
Well, let's talk about the lack of McDonald's. Like, did you slam some McDonald's after your races? And because we were talking about the fact that you're all professional athletes. You can make a choice. You
can make your own decision.
Whether you're going to have it or not. It enrages me you can't have it.
Well, look, Usain Bolt ate chicken nuggets before the final of the 100s in Beijing, and it turned out all right for him. One of my squad mates, and I honestly don't know how he did this, his pre-race snack was a McDonald's cheeseburger.
Oh, wow.
That was the thing that he ate before he went to the pool. He won an Olympic silver medal in 2012.
You always got told you'll get a stitch if you do that.
It works for you. Look, I didn't, but at my first Olympics in 2008, I was 16 years old. And as soon as I finished racing, I went nuts on the McDonald's. Like, I think the second week, I think I had one meal that wasn't McDonald's.
Yeah.
I can honestly, hand on heart, say I have not had a Macca's cheeseburger since. I think I had my lifetime quota.
Peaked early.
That's fantastic.
It's amazing.
Hey, Kate, there's been a couple of blow-ups in the last, 24 hours, and maybe this is what we're just seeing on TV, whether it affects the athletes or not, and that's to do with comments that you were made with Carl were handed to the American swim team, and also, of course, Michael Palfrey getting behind the South Korean swimmer. So has this had an impact? Does this have an impact on the team? Are they in a bubble where they don't feel this?
Or is it just the media blowing it out of proportion, Kate?
Look, I think that the team know that they are there to perform, first and foremost, and that is their first and only goal. And anything that could distract from that gets put in a little basket and doesn't get opened until after you finish competing.
Noise.
And so, and so I think for athletes who are affected, it might have had a small impact, but Swimming Australia is working so well with the athletes to make sure that decisions are made in conjunction with athletes that are performance-based, athlete-led, performance-based decisions. And to be honest, there's a lot of noise. Most athletes are switching off from media and social media anyway. They're a really tight-knit team. They've been on the road for 5 weeks already together before heading into the Olympic Village. And competition starts in 2 days' time. Now's not the time to read into tabloid stories. And I would say that it's been a pretty smooth lead into the Olympics, and so maybe this has, been something that the media has latched onto and wants to give more teeth than it actually does. It was a few mistimed comments that definitely should not have been said, and no one is saying that they're okay, but no one was hurt.
Just chill out.
But were you conscious of your own comments because they've been used? As a weapon.
Are they being used?
They were handed to the Americans. They made comments
but they're
of it.
saying that because they're presenting it to them. But do the Americans really care that much, Kate?
Those comments were made nearly a year ago now, and they've only just surfaced. It was all in jest.
Like, that's fine. If you're not whipping a horse, if it was a year ago, then fine.
What's the caveat on that?
So it wasn't like I was doing it to shine a light on the rivalry. Now it was actually in response to Australia coming out on top of the gold medal tally from the World Championships last year, and the USA changing the way they presented their medals because they had more total number of medals, but Australia had more gold medals. And so as soon as Australia's gold medal tally went up, they were like, oh, no, I think we're going to count total number of medals.
They changed the way you rank it. It's always been on the number of gold medals everywhere,
It's funny, and I think that maybe I learned a lesson in that American sense of humour and Australian sense of humour are quite different. But we have a healthy respect, healthy rivalry. I've reached out privately to Michael Phelps. We're all good. There's no beef. I think that he was being slightly sarcastic as well. He's hung around with a lot of Australians, so I think he's picked up that humour. Him and Grant Hackett are really, really good friends and have spent a lot of time together. So, this is definitely a case of things getting blown out of proportion and taking on a bit of a life of its own.
Okay, every Olympics, for some reason, we all gravitate towards the gymnastics, and then we all pick something that we are experts in during the gymnastics. I want to know what floats your boat the most in gymnastics. Is it the people on the vault and the horse and all that athleticism, or is it the ribbon on the stick dancing,
or the trampolining?
Or
perhaps.
the trampoline? Yeah. Where do you gravitate?
Oh, I mean, all of it in general. They're just the way that their bodies move and the fact that I can see every single indivial muscle.
I know, it's amazing.
I didn't even know I had those muscles, but somehow they're defined on them, and I just don't understand how that works. So, no, I'm going to be tuning into all of it.
Cate Campbell, you're very good at reporting. Oh, my God, you should never have been an athlete. Look at you go.
Should have been a commentator all this time.
Sully.
Oh, my God.
Quit Sandra Sully.
4-time Olympian. Gold's left, right and centre. Kate, thanks so much for your time. Have a great day or night.
Amazing. Thanks so much.
Shaun Sport in podcast form.
Well, if you read any article last weekend after the West Coast Fever took care of the Sunshine Coast Lightning, you would have read that Kelsey Brown came off the pie and it just ignited the team to victory.
They were a lot better when she was on the court.
Kelsey Brown, good morning.
Hi, guys.
Kelsey.
Good to see you again.
You were great. You were great last weekend. It was an awesome match.
Oh,
thank you. Yeah, it's you never know what do or die finals are going to dish up, and sometimes, especially sitting on the sideline, sometimes it's more nerve-wracking there than when you get out on court. But yeah, it was exciting times, and I think the Green Army definitely showed up. So thank you for that, Nat.
Yeah, no, you're welcome.
Hey, Kels, we're wondering what time you get up in the morning. We're just having a discussion this morning, and I think that you're one of those early Instagram,
Get at them.
You know those what is it? Akasha bowls people?
Yeah,
Acai bowl people.
Yeah.
I thought that's you.
I am. I'm a 6:30 riser. It doesn't matter what I've got going on, but so when you guys messaged, I was like, I'm ready to chat. I'm up and ready.
How do you go about your morning? If I was getting up at that time, I'm probably just going to go on the exercise.
And cry? I'd be on the side
No,
of
I'd
bed.
do that at 4.
Yeah.
Well, I've started a new routine. I'm like getting up early, trying to get in the ice bath early in the morning, and then I do a little bit of journaling. Don't laugh at me.
Hold your horses.
What are we doing? Is it gratitude journaling?
So,
what
like,
are we doing, Kels?
It's not so much gratitude. No, it's not so much gratitude stuff. It's basically getting kind of clear on what I want the day or the week or I don't know, the year to look like.
Yeah.
Any goals that I've got.
So setting your intentions.
Just setting the intentions.
Do you do that every
love
day?
it.
Do you set intentions every day?
Yeah.
Do you meet them?
Some are like long term, so no.
Yes.
But I feel like I need to be a person that's like working towards something.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I just feel like I'm in no man's land. So that's what I do. And then I definitely get a coffee like pretty early.
Yeah.
There's nothing better than, we all have lists in our mind that we need to get through. We let them go forever. But once you've done something there,
Yes.
this freedom comes
And
upon
if you
you.
write it down and realise it, that's,
Hey, Kelsey, did you ever read the book The Secret?
I did. How sad, but I did.
Remember those people that were told, just get a picture of a Ferrari, put it on your vision board, and then next year you'll have one.
I started making vision boards a few years ago, and then I was like, okay, no, this is just ridiculous. But no, I love, there's no better feeling for me than ticking off like a to-do list. And I'm one of those people, this is also embarrassing, that even if I've done it, I put it on the list so I can cross it off.
For the joy
Yeah.
of having something to cross off the list, yeah.
I've just done it, yeah.
Kels, I was watching, I was seeing a thing of Lachie Neale, who's a 2-time Brownlow medalist for the Brisbane Lions, and he was saying there's a part of it, he walks out on the field, before he walks out in the field, he goes and looks into the mirror and tells himself he's the best player in the league and that no one can stop him, and then he takes to the field.
Yeah, but it's easy to say when you've got 2 Brownlow medals.
Yeah. I am a little bit, and I don't think it's weird now. I think everyone's embracing sort of different mindsets and stuff, and I'm a big visualization person, so I'll sort of sit before a game and, in a weird sense, like play the game out like I've already played it and doing all of these great stuff, getting an intercept, all of these amazing things. And I feel like it does. It helps me sort of go into the game being like, no, you're confident, you know what you're doing. But yeah, I think mindset stuff is huge in sport now, and everyone's sort of embracing it. We did a fair bit as a team this week heading into the prelim.
Well, you're going to need it because you've got an away crowd that'll be going to be going spare. I saw the Melbourne Vixens coach also talking up a real strong game that they're looking to bounce back and take care of you as well.
Yeah, no, they obviously are coming off quite a heavy loss to the Thunderbirds. They lost by 25 for that final to make it into the grand final. So Vixens are a team, they've been in finals many, many years. They've experienced success. They've had premierships, and a lot of their core group are still together. And so they're not a team. And I've also been coached by Simone McInnes, who is their coach as well. And she... she's a hard taskmaster, so she won't be expecting anything less than sort of perfection from them. And we know, and Dan has said that to us this week, that we're expecting the best version of Vixens this weekend, regardless of what sort of happened in the last couple of weeks. So, I have expectation that it's going to be pretty fiery, and everyone's playing for a chance to play in the grand final, so you'd expect nothing less. I reckon it's going to be quite heated and physical.
Hey, Kelsey, we have abandonment issues here in our team, and we have accepted you into our hearts. And I'm just wondering, next year, are we looking at a world with Kelsey Brown here in Perth or without Kelsey Brown here in Perth?
I know, that's a big question that I'm getting asked a lot at the moment, and I am on a 1-year deal. I feel like I'm not shying away from the fact that I actually don't have any idea what happens after the next 2 weeks. And
really?
And that's, the club and I, there's been sort of no discussions, but from both parts, just trying to focus on the year that has been. I think if you can get too far ahead and start thinking about things that aren't necessary at the time, like I need all of my energy focused on this game, and so does everyone at the club. So I'm not stressed about it. I think, whatever sort of happens in the next 2 weeks, I just want to sort of focus on that and relish it, because I've had premiership success before, and I don't know whether I really appreciated it at the time. So that's my focus right now, and I can't tell you, but you'll be in my heart forever.
Can I just say, Kelsey, not only are you a brilliant player, but what you do for the sport by speaking about it makes it so relatable. I don't think we've had a better spokesperson for years.
I agree with that.
For netball and the Fever.
And I know you've described this as your bonus year because you didn't have a contract until Verity Simmons jumped ship and went to play AFL, and that's what opened up an opening for you here. Extraordinary that, you've turned around now, potentially could be playing off in a grand final. It's incredible.
Yeah, thanks, guys. And I think that's been my mindset all year. Whatever sort of happens, it has been a bonus year. And, I was quite happy with where I was sitting in December last year, but having experienced the people that I've experienced in Perth and, the Fever. Yeah, that is you. I've adored it. And I just, if it continues, awesome. If it doesn't, I've had the best year of my life.
The Fever would be mental not to sign you up. So the Fever need what you do, on and off the court.
The Fever are taking on the Melbourne Vixens. It's 3 p.m. tomorrow, our time, be able to watch that game. Good luck to you, Kels. I was going to say rooting for you. Yeah, we're rooting for you.
I'm not. No, I'm going for you, but it's very dry in that area.
We fully support you.
Good on you, guys.
Shaun Sport is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.